What connection this has to the shooting, of course, nobody knows at this point. It still remains a mystery.
This is now, of course, the worst mass casualty shooting event in history. It replaces the Pulse nightclub shooting last year, in which 49 people were killed. Before that, it was Virginia Tech in Blacksburg, Virginia, back in 2007, 32 dead. And before that, Sandy Hook, or rather, coming in line, Sandy Hook Elementary with 27 dead, Luby's Cafeteria. I mean, the list goes on. But this death claim, or this death total, we should say, is expected to rise.
You're watching the most shocking and informative LRJ TV News.
Hello, I'm LRJ from LRJ TV News. America, I'm tired of this. Everything you've been hearing on the news is nothing but a load of That's what it is. I'm here today to tell you the real story. I just wish that you guys could stop saying, wow, this big fat black man, he's stupid, he's dumb, he has no idea what he's talking about. And history has repeated itself over and over and over and over again because we continually want to believe lies. Lies of everything. This country lies about everything. First, the man was shot by the cops. Then, nope, he shot himself. First, he's a Trump supporter. No. He's not a Trump supporter. He's this and he's that. America, let's stop believing these bunch of lies and let LRJ point you to the truth. Let's go.
It is, I'm sure, very difficult to kind of wrap your head around that thought that he lived right next door to you and that you were friendly with him.
Well, just to know that somebody that's just so nice could do something so horrible.
Did he ever talk about his guns? Did you ever see any guns?
He never talked politics, never guns, nothing. Never saw anything like that, nothing to indicate. I mean, it was strictly gambling, and he bought properties and speculation was strictly all we ever really.
And
we're shocked, horrified, completely dumbfounded. Not an avid gun guy at all. The fact that he had those kind of weapons is just... Where the hell did he get automatic weapons? He has no military background or anything like that.
There's absolutely no, it's like an asteroid fell out of the sky. If an asteroid fell right here, you would feel the exact same way as I feel right now. There's exactly no logic, no reach even for me, where my brother would have done this. There's no freaking, there's nothing. It doesn't, I mean, I could let you look at the texts. I mean, he texts me. There's nothing.
So when was the last time you talked to him?
I haven't talked to him in 6 months, probably.
Except for after the hurricane.
Well, he texted me. I can show you the text. It's boring. It's like, you okay? Yeah. We talked when we had something to talk about.
Law enforcement officials have been looking into his past visits to Las Vegas. His brother has said that he was a frequent visitor to Las Vegas, liked to gamble, liked to attend the shows at the casinos and the big hotels. And we're told now by law enforcement officials looking through his financial transactions that he's, just in the last couple of weeks, had some big transactions, some big gambling transactions. We can't tell whether they're losses or gains or wins, but tens of thousands of dollars worth of money spent on gambling in the casinos in Las Vegas. What connection this has to the shooting, of course, nobody knows at this point. It still remains a mystery what the motive was. They're still going through and trying to figure out when he acquired the weapons and try to figure out from talking to family members, people who knew him in the town of Mesquite, where they're beginning to search his residence now, this little community of 18,000, which is about 80 miles away from Las Vegas.
The thing about Las Vegas was that these people were kind of hemmed in watching this concert. In other words, there were walls around them. They couldn't easily leave. There were very few points of entry or egress. And so the shooter on the 32nd floor had a wide view, if you will, of his shooting target. This group of looked to be mostly 20 and 30-somethings who had gathered for this country music festival, the Route 91 Harvest Festival there on the Vegas Strip. Just a couple of tidbits here that are interesting. First of all, we know that the suspect, Stephen Paddock, had a pilot's license and owned 2 planes. The last time that he actually filed for a pilot's license was back in 2010. He also had a hunting license from Alaska. No surprise, many people have hunting licenses across the country. We don't know his motivation. We don't know whether it was political, religious, or a grudge of some sort. We simply don't know. Shootings there have been in the past. This is now, of course, the worst mass casualty shooting event in history.
Should this prove to be an act of terrorism, as ISIS sources are claiming it is, that will dramatically change what the president says and what the response will be going forward.
A shooter conducted. The interesting thing to me is that he did pick a vantage point for the 32nd floor of the Mandalay Bay Hotel, looking down upon a huge crowd of, I believe, over 40,000 people in for a country music concert. So this tells me certainly that there was a lot of motive here. There was a lot of planning here. This was an operation that was not just a random act of violence, but certainly this individual seemed to be planning this to get the maximum effect. The use of automatic weapons, and you can hear from when you watch the video all the automatic weapons firing off, the popping. He may have had an accomplice. There was apparently a woman in the room with him. So all these things point to me to a fairly well-planned exercise and operation by the shooter.
America, from 1 to 10, and 10 being my reader, I give this a 10. And here's why. America, I'm not surprised by this. We're just getting started. You thought I was crazy when I said that people would start turning against cops and start shooting them. Oh, LRJ, you crazy. You're just saying stuff. He's ignorant. I'm telling you, I love history. I study history. History repeats itself over and over again. The lies after lies after lies this country consistently say over and over again. We need to wake up as people. You can sit here and close up your borders and do all those things you want to do, but you won't close out the terrorists. When you're ready for the truth and you want to know the truth, you subscribe. Until then, bye-bye. I'm LRJ. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Why? Because you be glad you did. Oh, yeah. I love you all. Peace.